Good morning, millionaires. Hope all is well. Just wanted to do a recap on the links that I sent out for the charts. EU, we had a buy limit set at 1.08100. Um, as you can see, overnight, price would have gone and activated our buy limit. Would have activated it and had us in some drawdown overnight. Stop loss still didn't hit. Stop loss is about 34 pips. Price came down about 26 pips, 27 pips maybe. Um, Nonetheless, price is currently at entry, 2 pips in the negative, so it's basically at entry. Um, I'm gonna let this ride and see how this play out. The next candle comes out in 33 minutes. I want to see where this candle currently closes to see whether or not we're gonna allow price to continue doing what it's doing. Um, but nonetheless, I am holding this position. So that's EU. This is the chart that I sent out. GN, I was waiting on the close of this candle when we sent this link out. We had an hour and a half left on this candle. Price did move higher towards this trend line. So let's take a look at GN. I know GN, I entered the trade at the 9 o'clock close. 9 o'clock close, it went back into the consolidation zone. But I entered it because I saw the bearish sentiment. Okay, give me a second. Let me get this back up and running. Let all my drawings come on the chart. Okay, everything is good. Price did. This is the current candle we're waiting on. Price closed outside. And then this candle was running an hour and a half left on it. I was waiting on the close of this candle to say whether or not I'm going to enter. But the fact that we had resistance here, and then a move down, I was expecting price to make a move down. So I was just waiting on this candle to close so I can get a better entry. As I stated in the channel, the Telegram channel, waiting on GN to close at 9. GN still waiting for current candle to close 25 minutes. Give us a better entry. When price did close here and gave us this wick along this trend line, I entered the position, and this one here is well over 100 pips. Price ended up moving 140 pips in profit. Stop loss definitely in profit. Took a partial profit as well. We have 30 minutes left on this candle. I see this support level here, so I may be taking another partial profit. I may be taking another partial profit before or right when this candle closes in 30 minutes. But we want to see, because we see the support level in the past, we want to make sure secure our profits. And so GN is up over 100 pips. EA, let's take a look at EA. EA. So EA, this was a trade that we did a market execution on here. Price was up at least 20 pips for us. So I told everyone to put stop loss in profit. So it went up about 35 pips from entry from the time that I entered. 35 pips. I also said stop loss in profit. No stop loss in profit, risk-free trade. There we have it. Price ended up coming back down to entry before hitting our stop profit. and then it's still playing in this area. So I'm still going to watch it to see if we can catch another move to the upside. If this candle closes above this zone or inside this zone, I'm going to look at this area here where price found resistance here. Price closes above this line, then I'm going to look for a potential entry to ride it back up and try to catch more pips as well. So EA knocked us out in profit. ECAD is one that I actually sent in the Telegram. I wasn't sure if I had sent it on the chart on the chat on the call last night. ECAD, there we have it. I saw price bouncing off of it was the 71.2 fib level. I saw price bouncing off that level. Yeah, 71.2. That's the sweet spot for me, and it's on top of my zone where I have these two wicks. So I was expecting price to go up. If I'm not mistaken, I believe price ended up dropping down a little bit beyond. So my stop loss normally goes a few pips below the 78.6. So I really and truly could have put that, make that a tighter stop loss. 65. My risk to reward is still great. Going for 340 pips, 65 pip stop loss. Currently in profit right now. So this is where this is where I sent the trade idea. So I still want to wait on this close. I want to wait on this close as well. If I see price close above this area here, I'm going to probably enter again to ride it back up to get us back into profit. If you took the position up here, then price is back at entry for you, and you saw the chart. That's a lot of drawdown, but the fact that price is moving in where it created a higher high. So this would be considered the low for me. This would be considered the low, and this would be considered the high. And then this here would be considered a lower high, I mean a higher low, a higher low. And so from a high where price created a higher high, probably should change this to a higher high. Then we know the market is trending up. Put the arrow, the trend lines on it. Settings, move to extend. We're looking for price to come back down. And then we're looking for a similar move back to the upside. Just about an equal move back up to the upside. So I like it. This is on the 4 hour. This is going to take some time to happen. Definitely a swing trade. So in 25 minutes, we're going to see how this played out. I also want to touch on UJ and UCAD. We were watching them for more confirmation. We didn't really have that confirmation last night. So with UCAD, we would have had the 9 p.m. candle, the 1 a.m. candle, and this would be the 5 a.m. candle that will close at 9 a.m. And so at 9, when we were on the call before the 5 p.m. candle, which would have closed at 9, this would have been this candle here. We didn't have any confirmation to say enter this trade on a buy. We were waiting on price to either break below and retest and shoot up, or go up, retest, and then shoot up. This here is the retest. Let's see if I can go down to the hour to make it a little bit clearer. Okay, so it isn't too clear on the hour, but we were looking for one of these things to happen. Either price to come out of this area and retest, move away from the area, come back down, retest. This long wick here would have been the indication to say, okay, price is struggling to go down. So this is now considered the floor. This is considered the floor. We could have entered on this position here on the open of this next candle, and we could have been in profits 56 pips, riding it all the way up to this last resistance area. And then UJ, we were waiting for price to come outside of this consolidation box. Price broke out. We wanted price to come back up to the box, the previous support to turn to resistance, the previous floor to turn into ceiling, but price stopped here. And I tell you guys, I always question why price stopped here. Let's see why price stopped here. So we see that price didn't, it tried to break above, and then it made a move to the downside. And at the open of this candle, so it moved about 30 pips. Currently 19 pips. Had we entered, I didn't enter it because I was waiting on this confirmation to happen. But price stop here, we have to figure out why the price stop here. So I place a line on it, and I go back into the past to see if I see any support or resistance on this level to understand why price stopped there. And so I see some touches in this area. I see price finding support here, resistance here, support here, resistance here, resistance here, another touch there, and then we have some wick here. So I can understand if price continues to drop because of that support level, resistance level. Go back in the past some more, see if we see some more touches, just to see how strong this level is. And there we have it. So what I'm going to do now is, because the price found resistance here, I'm just going to drop a line here just to see how price plays off of this area. That could be our next target should we decide to enter. Because this move here, price came down, did a pullback, I'm expecting price to make this same move. So if I clone this, which I already did, if I clone it, and I just take it and I place it from the area where price was finding resistance, it matches up pretty good to this area, where we saw resistance or support in the past. So we see some more touches on this level. And so because price is finding resistance here, of course I want to see where price actually closes on this current candle. And then we may get that next candle come up. The candle that comes out at 9 o'clock may come out and make a move to the upside so we can get a better entry. But I'll probably jump from here, and then we can go ahead and ride it down to this level here for 68 pips. We might put a tighter stop loss on it, 25 pips, and just see how that play out. But nonetheless, I want to wait on the close of the candle before I jump in. All right. So I'll just take a quick scan of the market to see if we see anything else that we can capitalize on today. All right, so EJ, price to breakout and retest. Price is still inside the zone. May very well find support here. May very well find support on the bottom of this zone here. The top of the zone is 87 pips. No confirmation, no trade, so we have no setup on this right now. What I do see happening is price created a lower low. Price has been trending down. It's given us a lower low now. And so we want to wait to see how or where price decides to pull back. Price could very well go up to the top of the zone and make another push down. Because of this support here, could turn to resistance here, but we're not in the business of predicting the market, we're just reacting to it. And so we just want to wait for more confirmation. It pays to be patient, so let's just wait on that. ECAD, we touched on that already. Still expecting an upward move. EU still expecting an upward move. Again, waiting on the close of this candle. I'm currently in this trade. GN, because we see the support here, I'm not surprised the price is trying to make a push up right now. If you didn't get in, you can always wait for price to print more candles and break below and retest the same level here to ride it back down. If you get kicked out, this would be your indication to get back in. UCAD, nothing we can do with UCAD right now. UJ spoke on that. EA spoke on this as well. ACAD, I want to see where price closes in 17 minutes. If price respects this zone, if price happens to close below, we know we entered on a sell to ride it back down. Lots of touches on this, same way with a lot of touches here, a lot of touches up here as well. We expect if price decides to close below this trend line as well as this support level, where it could turn into resistance over here. With 17 minutes, it's a lot of time for price to make a move. That's only 20 pips. If price closes above, then we're gonna wait for a retest of either this support level or this trend line, and then look to buy it up. Personally, I wouldn't even fool with it unless we have that confirmation or any confirmation at all. No chart drawn up, so I'm not gonna trade it. I was looking at CADJPY. I see price has been moving in a channel, resistance, support, resistance, support, price broke below. So this is exactly what we're talking about. We're waiting on a break and retest. Price has been moving from support to resistance, support, resistance on this level, and then price broke below the trend line, went back up, gave us a retest, and then had we been watching this, we could have been, had we gotten in here, we could have been up 77 pips. Right now, price is currently moving below this previous low. So if this goes below, it would have created a lower low. And so we just want to wait for confirmation before we enter. No setup. So GCAD, this could be a potential setup. If you look along this, the cross raise, you see this resistance happening over here along this level where price found support in the past. Resistance here. If this candle closes below, we could look for potential entry to ride it down from this resistance level here. Should the market decide to find resistance there, we can ride it down to here. That'll be 200 pips with a 40 pip stop loss. Good risk to reward. Just a matter of waiting on it to see how it plays out. This could very well keep pushing up, so we want to wait to see how price actually plays out. Ideal setup for me. Ideal setup. Lots of touches on this trend line. Again, just waiting for more of a confirmation to enter this. I see more touches up here. Support, resistance, support. Price could very well come back up to this level here if we want to look to re-enter. This could possibly be our entry. Taking that up. 30 pips stop loss, and we can look to ride it down to this low, 138 pips. I want to see price come up to this level, so I want to wait for more confirmation before I enter this. If you don't want to miss the move, you can always enter a sell stop and ride it down. Your stop loss probably is going to be a bit more, and you're going for a smaller target as well if you do the sell stop. So I like to actually see how price react to certain levels before I enter. Also going to keep my eye on this one here just to see. Price looks like it's struggling on this level, this area. Looks like price is struggling here, so we could look for a potential sell on this as well. Let me just extend this in the past. You guys can see the resistance on this level, and then price drop all the way down. So this could be a potential move here, especially because the market was making higher highs, higher lows, and then we got a lower low. Price closed below the previous low, higher low, and created a lower low. So we would have been looking. Once we see a lower low, the market kind of trend up with a lower low, and so we're going to look along at this area here to say, okay, let's potentially jump in for the sell. Still want to wait on the close of the candle, and this very well could be a nice setup. Going for 100 pips. Stop loss, I would go 30 pips. You could get a lot closer, but I think 30 pips is safe, or a little bit safer. Just give the trade room to move. Same resistance here, same resistance here. We could look for price to drop with that lower low. High, and then we get a lower low. So now we're looking for a lower high. And this could potentially be a lower high right here. And we could catch this move to the downside. Again, wait on the close of this candle. I see a lot of support in this area, so I'm not going to fool with this. NU. Price still creating higher highs, higher lows. We very well could see price take another move to the upside. But the fact that we have price playing around in this area, not really going anywhere. Resistance is pretty strong, support is pretty strong, so we want price to break outside one of these areas, make a move outside, come back, retest, and then we can look to buy, or price break below, retest, and then we can look to sell. So just waiting on your confirmation. Don't have to be in the chart all day. Take a look, scan the market, see what's going on, and then go on from there. All right. So nothing really popping out to say what we can enter on. US 30, I see the support level and resistance here. Price just found resistance, made a move down. It didn't create a lower low. It's still creating higher highs and higher lows. So this very well may take another push up. What I do notice though is the ability for us to put two touches, but the fact that the price is trending up with higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher low. So I don't want to be selling right now until the market shows us more of an indication that price wants to go up. Because we're getting higher highs, I don't want to sell. We could put trend line on here and caught a couple of pips, but I want to see price create a lower low first, and then we wait on the pullback for US 30. France 40, that's about an equal low here. So I don't want to force anything. Same thing. USD try, price was consolidating, it broke out, gave us a retest and made a push to the upside. Just want to drop a line on it to see what price has been doing in the past. I don't think we're gonna get any touches up there. That one came pretty close. All right, so that's all I have. I hope you guys have a great day. Um, Feel free to send me any questions that you may have, and enjoy your day.